गणेशाय नमः। श्री सरस्वत्यै नमो नमः। श्री गुरुभ्यो देवेभ्यो नमो नमः। ओम विनायकं गुरुं भानुं ब्रह्म विष्णु महेश्वरान् सरस्वतीं प्रणम्यादौ सर्व कार्यार्थ सिद्धये। Let's all say it together. Gita Dhyanam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva Manusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshini. Om Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pullara Vinda Yatapatra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradeepaha Prapannapari Jataya Totra Vetre Kapanaye ज्ञान मुद्राय कृष्णाय सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपाल नंदनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर भोक्ता दुग्धम गीतामृतं महत् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंस चाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दम् मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यै वेदे साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरसुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः। बोलो श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की। अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः धृतराष्ट्र उवाच। बोलिए। Let's say this verse together. 1, 2, 3. धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेता युयुत्सवः मामकाः पांडवाश्चैव किम अकुर्वत संजय. So last week we spoke about the selfishness and the bias of Dhritarashtra and the weakness that he had for his son Duryodhan. Even in this shloka you are seeing his question to Sanjay, Mamakaha Pandavaschaiva. So he describes the Pandavas as sons of Pandu, and he describes his sons as Mamaka, mere log. So he's already differentiating, even though wo Jeshth Pitaji hai for the Pandavas. He is the Chachaji, right? So they're also like his sons. But from the beginning, he has always been scared that the sons of Kunti will be better than my sons, and the same way that Pandu was given the Singhasan instead of me, the sons of Kunti will take the Singhasan instead of Duryodhan. So he's always been biased against them, and this bias and this jealousy led him to stay quiet when Duryodhan committed aparad after aparad, maha atyachar, and this selfishness, this injustice, this adharam, and allowing bad things to happen now leaves everybody on the battlefield. Dharmakshetre, Kurukshetre. They chose Kurukshetra because in every yuga there is a designated Maha Tirthasthan. In the age of Kali Yuga, that Tirthasthan is Haridwar. In Dwapar Yuga, that place was Kurukshetra. So they used to do lots of yajna, lots of anushtan, lots of big satsang, yajna, katha in Kurukshetra. So they chose Kurukshetra because, first reason, it's a nice, big, flat open field. And secondly, if anybody dies in Kurukshetra, because the bhumi is so sacred, so pavitra, so even if their antyeshti is not able to be done properly, shrad not done properly, फिर भी इनका कल्याण हो जाता है. They still get the sadgati because the place is very sacred. Any tirthasthan, if you go and you die there, like let's say you're visiting Kedarnath and there is a avalanche and then people are killed, their bodies are buried in the snow, they cannot get the body to antyeshti. Still they get the sadgati because the place is so pure. So that was one of the reasons why they chose Kurukshetra. Athava Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre. The sons of Dharma are the Pandavas. Or Kurukshetre means Kuruvansh wale. Even though Pandavas are also Kuruvansh, those represent Duryodhan and his 99 brothers. So this shloka is clear, right? First shloka of Srimad Bhagavad Gita begins with Dharma, Dharmakshetre, like Pitaji told you. This is the Granth of Dharma. This is not the Granth of Bhagavan Krishna, Bhagavan Shiva, Mata Durga. This is the Granth of Satyam, this is the Granth of Parabrahma, and this is the Granth of Dharma. Okay? So, Sanjay, who is he is attached to Dhanrajh, he was blessed with divine drishti. So he is able to see what is happening in Kurukshetra. So now he is telling Dhanrajh what is happening on this battlefield. Okay? Sanjaya uvacha drishtva tu pandavanikam vyuram duryodhanastada vyuram duryodhanastada drishtva tu pandavanikam vyuram duryodhanastada आचार्यम उपसंगम्य राजा वचनमब्रवीत दृष्ट्वा तु पांडवानीकम. Sanjay says, seeing the forces of the Pandavas, Vyudam, Duryodhanastadha. Vyudam means in battle formation. Duryodhan goes to his Acharya. He goes through Dronacharya. And he has this conversation. Now, Duryodhan could have gone to few different people in this moment. This is the first moment he is finally seeing the army of the Pandavas. There is a unit of measurement used called Akshay Soni, I think. I'm not saying the word properly. Akshay Soni. Pandavas had 7 Akshay Soni and Kauravas had 11. So they had many thousands of soldiers more, hundreds of thousands more. But still, even though they have a lot of mighty warriors, Kauravas have Bhishma Pitamaha, they have Dronacharya, they have Kripacharya, they have Karna, right? They have all of these powerful warriors. Still, this is the first time that Duryodhana is seeing Pandavas arranged in battle formation. Because everybody knows the greatest warrior in the entire world is Arjun. And everyone knows that the most powerful warrior is Bhim. And despite all of the small problems they've had, he tried to burn them alive, they played the dice, they had so many quarrels in the palace. They have never fought before. They have trained together, they learned together, but they never fought before in a real battle. Okay? So seeing them arranged in battle formation, wearing their armor with their armies, with Bhagwan Krishna as his charioteer, Duryodhana is seeing for the first time. So seeing them, usko bhi thoda sa jhatka laga. He feels a little bit of anxiety coming in when he sees this powerful array in front of him. So he goes to Acharya Upasangamya. He goes to Dronacharya. This has been their teacher from when they were very small boys. So they have a very close relationship with Dronacharya. Here Sanjay कहते हैं, Raja Vachanam Abravit. Vachanam abravit means spoke. Sanjay is telling Dhritarashtra, the king spoke to Dronacharya. But who is the king? The king is Dhritarashtra. Duryodhan is Yuvraj. He is the crown prince. So Sanjay is giving a hint to Dhritarashtra. Even though you sit on the Singhasan, Asli Raja hai Duryodhan. He is the real king. He is the one who has been making all the decisions, whether it's right, whether it is wrong. And it is because of him that they are about to fight a war, not because of you. Even though you sit on the Singhasan, even though you wear the mukut of Hastinapura, the real king speaks to Dronacharya. Next shloka. Pashyetam. Pashyetam. Pandu. Putranam. Pashyetam Pandu Putranam. Acharya Mahatim Chamum. Pashyetam Pandu Putranam Acharya Mahatim Chamum. Vyuram Vyuram Drupada Putrena Vyuram Drupada Putrena Tava Shishyena Dhimata. So this is Duryodhan speaking now to Acharya Dronacharya. Okay? He says to Dronacharya, Hey Guruji, Pashyetam Pandu Putranam. Look at the sons of Pandu arranged in Vyuram, arranged in battle formation, Mahatim Chamum. He says, Guruji, Mahati means mighty, very strong. Look at the powerful sons of Pandu arranged in battle formation against you. Vyuram Drupada Putrena. Who has arranged them in this formation? Drupada Putra. Who is Drupad? You guys know Mahabharata history a little bit? So there was a king called Drupad, and he was the childhood friend of Dronacharya. Drupad has two children. He has a daughter called Draupadi, who will marry the Pandavas, and he has a son called Dhrishtadyum. The Pandavas made Dhrishtadyum the commander-in-chief of their army. Do you guys know this? Each army has to designate one Senapati. Right? So Senapati, you might think that Yudhishthir should have been Senapati. But if you look at Indian cricket team, did they make Tendulkar the captain? Or they make Ganguly the captain? So not always your best batsman or your best bowler becomes a captain. Your best leader becomes a captain. Also, they made Dhrishtadyum, the son of Draupad, Senapati for a very specific reason. In the army of Duryodhan, in the army of Kauravas, there are only 3 warriors that Pandavas are scared of. Only 3 warriors. First warrior is Bhishma Pitamaha, जिसको स्वयं मृत्यु इच्छा वरदान मिला. He got the blessing that he can choose when he dies. How are you supposed to fight against someone who cannot be killed? Second warrior they're scared of is Dronacharya, who is a master of Shastra or Shastra, and he is their teacher also. Third warrior they're scared of is Karna. They're scared of Karna because Karna possesses a weapon that he got from Devendra called Ekagni Shastra. Ekagni Shastra. And this arrow can kill whoever it is fired at, but it can only be used once. So, the son of Drupad, Dhrishtadyum, we have to go a little bit into Mahabharata history. Raja Drupad or the Drona, they used to be childhood friends. Ek saath padhte the Gurukul mein. So when they were studying in Gurukul, Drupad is a prince, Drona is a garib Brahmin, poor Brahmin. So one day in joke, in jesting, Drona told him, he says, "Tum to Raja ke beta ho, itne amir ho, mere paas to kuch nahi hai. I have nothing, you are a rich king's son." So Drupad said to him, "After we graduate, after you get married, come and find me, I will give you half my kingdom." So Drupad said, "Wow, it's a very nice offer." Many years will pass, and Dronacharya, he is married now and he is facing some poverty. He will go to the kingdom of Drupad, and Drupad will insult him. And he will tell him, "Bachpan mein maine jo bola, how can you take it so seriously? how can you expect to come to me now, a great king, and I will give you half my kingdom? Has it ever worked like this? And then he told Dronacharya this line which was very hurtful. He said, friendship can only exist between equals. We are not equals. Dronacharya felt very insulted because I'm a poor Brahmin. This king, he doesn't see me as an equal. So he was very insulted. At that time, Bhishma Pitamaha found Dronacharya because he knew how powerful he was, and he gave him a job. He says, I want you to teach all of the sons of Kuruvansh. Means Kauravas and Pandavas. They were in need of a teacher. So Dronacharya became their teacher and he taught them very well. When Arjuna will be ready to graduate, Arjuna asks him, he says, Guruji, Guru Dakshana mein kya de do? What should I give you as Guru Dakshana? So Dronacharya says, I want the kingdom of Panchal. I want the kingdom of Drupad. Arjuna will go with the Pandavas alone, without any army. They will infiltrate the kingdom, take out the entire guard without killing a single soldier. And they will capture Drupad and bring him and place him at the feet of Dronacharya. So Dronacharya now becomes in charge of this entire kingdom. And he says to Drupad, today because you used to be my friend, I will give you half of your kingdom. So that we can be equals and we can be friends, just like we were when we were children. Do you think Drupad will feel nice about this? Even though he got half his kingdom back, he was deeply insulted. Right? Ye to maha aparadh ho gaya. So first he insulted Drona, then Dronacharya insulted him. Drupad made a vow to himself. He was very impressed with Arjuna. He told himself, I am going to get 2 children. I want a daughter who will marry Arjuna, and I want a son who will kill Dronacharya. So the daughter of Drupad was given the blessing that she will marry Arjuna. She married the Pandavas, Draupadi, and the son of Drupad was destined to kill Dronacharya. So this is why he was made Senapati of the Pandavas army. Now Duryodhan is teasing Dronacharya. He is saying, Guruji, you are the ones who taught the Pandavas, right? You are the ones who Vyuram Drupada Putrena. You are the ones who taught the son of Drupad, because all of them came to learn from Dronacharya. Tava Shishyena Dhimata. And you taught them very well. They were very powerful. They were very famous. And now all of them are standing against you in the field of war. Kaisa lagta hai? How do you feel? From the beginning of the Mahabharat war, Duryodhan will show a lot of disrespect to Bhishma and a lot of disrespect to Dronacharya, because he always felt like they were holding back. They did not really want to fight for him, but they were fighting because of duty. And they were not giving their 100%, which is true. If Bhishma or Drona had tried to kill Yudhishthir, Bhim, Nakul, Sahadev, they could have killed him. But they only fought with 100% against Arjun. So if you're only fighting against Arjun, the other 4 brothers will always be victorious. So Duryodhan was always very upset. I have these great warriors, but they are not killing the Pandavas. If you can't kill Arjun, kill Bhim, kill Nakul, kill Sahadev, kill Yudhishthir. All 5 Pandavas will remain alive at the end of the war. So he's teasing Dronacharya and he's goading them on. He wants them to be motivated to fight for him. Alright? Everyone understand? Next shloka. Atra Shuro Maheshvasa Bhimarjuna Samayudhi Yudhano Viratascha Drupadascha Maharatha. So Sanjay is now explaining to Dhritarashtra, we have all of these powerful warriors who are arranged in Kurukshetra. Drishtaketu, Chekitanaha, Kashirajascha Viryavan, Purujit Kuntibojascha, Shaibyascha Narapungavaha, Yudhamanyuscha Vikranta Uttamo Jascha Viryavan Sobhadro Dropadeyascha Sarva Eva Maharatha. Sanjay कहते हैं, these are the mighty heroes. Atra Shuro Mahesh Vasa, who are equal in strength to Bhim or Arjun. And he lists some of their names. Yudhan, Virat, Drupad, Drishtaketu, Chekitana, Kashi ke Raja, Purujit, Kunti Boj, Saibya, Yudhamanyu or the Uttamanjas. Or Subhadra ke beta bhi hai. He doesn't call the name, but he says Subhadra ka putra. Who is Subhadra? Subhadra is sister of Bhagwan Krishna. Who did she marry? She marries Arjun. And their son is Abhimanyu, right? And the sons of Draupadi, all of them who are Maharathaha, all of them who are powerful warriors. Maharathaha has two meanings in Sanskrit. Rathaha means chariot. Ratha also means senses. So Maharathaha means somebody who is a great warrior, or it means somebody who is in control of their senses. One thing that the Pandavas had that the Kauravas didn't have was control, Anushasan, dharma, discipline, right? So he uses that word to describe the army of the Pandavas. Asmakam tu Vishishtaye. Asmakam tu Vishishtaye. Tani bodha dvijottama. Nayaka mama sainyasya sangyartam tan bravimite. So those are the warriors in the Pandav Sena. Now he says to Dronacharya. Duryodhana is saying to Dronacharya. Now he says, now let me tell you the great warriors who are fighting on our side. Okay? Sangyartam tan bravimite. हमारे साथ में कौन है? Bhavan Bhishmascha Karnascha Kripascha Samitinjayah. He says, first of all, aap hai, Bhavan. Bhavan means you. Bhavan Bhimascha Bhishmascha Pitamaha Bhishma is with us. Karnascha Surya Putra Karn or Kripa. Kripacharya was the Ashwatthama ko Bhanjan कहता था, तो he was the mama of Ashwatthama. So he is the brother of Dronacharya or brother-in-law. So these are the great warriors with us, Samitinjayaha, who have all had lots of victory in battle. Ashwatthama Vikaranascha. Ashwatthama is the son of Dronacharya, right? Ashwatthama was also a great warrior. Also, Dronacharya had gotten Vardhan for him to be Amar, immortal, and he had placed the money in his forehead. Ashwatthama Vikarnascha Soma Dattir Jayadratah. Soma Dattir means Soma Datta ka putra. Also Vikarna is there, or Jayadrat is there. You all know Jayadrat? Jayadrat was special because he had a Vardhan that apart from Arjun, I'll be able to stop all four of the Pandavas. I'll be able to hold them for some time in the field of battle. He can't kill them, but he can delay them successfully. Okay? All of these things will be, all of these Vardhan, all of these special abilities, all of these history, all of these Vachan, Pratishod ka Vachan, all of it becomes very relevant when the Mahabharat war will begin. Duryodhan कहते अन्ये च बहवशूरा मदर्थे त्यक्त जीविताः नाना शस्त्र प्रहरणाः सर्वे युद्ध विशारदाः. अन्ये च बहव. Duryodhan says, in addition to them, बहुत सारे योद्धा है. There's lots of different warriors. और मदर्थे त्यक्त जीविताः. All of them are prepared to give their life for me. Madarthe. Right? This is a very selfish army on one side, One army is fighting for dharma. One army is fighting for what is right. The other army fights for Duryodhana. That is a big difference. That is why he says, Madarte tyakta jivitaha. It's not that they are giving their life for Hastinapur. It's not that they are giving their life for what is right or for dharma. They are giving their life for Duryodhana. Nana Shastra Praharanaha Sarve Yuddha Visharadaha. They have many different types of weapons. They are all very skillful in battle. All of them are here. All of the greatest Kshatriyas, all of the greatest warriors fought in this battle, in Mahabharata. Arpayaptam Tadasmakam Balam Bhishma Abhirakshitam Balam Bhishma Abhirakshitam. Duryodhana says, our army is protected by the strength of Bhishma. Balam Bhishma. They had a lot of faith in Bhishma. Bhishma was a very great warrior. Bhishma was Ganga Putra. He was the son of Gangaji. And nobody had ever defeated him. Paryaptam Tvidamete Balam Bhima Bhirakshitam. He's saying to Dronacharya, हमारे संख्या ज़्यादा है. We have more soldiers than they have. We have more kings than they have. And while our army is protected by Bhishma, Balam Bhima Bhirakshitam. Their army is protected by Bhim. Okay? Ayaneshu cha sarveshu yatha bhaga mavastita Bhishma meva bhirakshamtu bhavantaha sarva eva hi. Dronacharya was not the Senapati in the beginning of the war. So now Duryodhana is telling him, hey Guruji, I expect you to support Bhishma Pitamaha. I wish for you to support him with your full strength, because he is the Senapati of our army. Or Bhishma meva bhirakshantu bhavantaha sarva evahi. Also help to protect Bhishma. You are in charge of protecting him and make sure he does not fall in battle. Bhishma being the Senapati of Duryodhana's army, if Bhishma will fall, that will be a very big loss. So Duryodhana wants to make sure that his Senapati is protected. Tasya Sanjayan Harsham Kuru Vriddha Pitamaha Singanadam Vinadyochai Shankham Dadmo Pratapavan. In that moment, Sanjay कहते हैं, Bhishma Pitamaha, all of the warriors had a shank. All of them had a very special shank that they will keep with them. And all of the sound was different also. Because in battle, sometimes you can't see, so much is going on. But when you hear the shank of your friend or your king, of your Senapati, so you know that they're close by. And they had different signal also. How they're blowing the shank. One long blow, maybe it's a short, maybe it's 3 times, 5 times. So it was a means of military communication as well. In the beginning of the battle, Singanadam Vinadyochaihi Shankam Dadmo Pratapavan. Sanjay कहते हैं, Bhishma Pitamaha, he was the first one who picked up his shanka and blew it. His shanka was called Singanadam, the one that has the roar of a lion. Tataha Shankascha, one second. Tataha Shankascha, Bhiryascha, Panavana, Kago Mukhaha, Panavana, Kago Mukhaha, Sahasaivamya Hanyanta, Sashabdas Tumulo Bhavat. Then all of the generals, captains, all of the kings on the court of the army, all of them took their shank or sab bajane lage. All of them started to blow their shells. Then if they're blowing their shank, obviously Pandavas will also blow their shank as well. अगला श्लोक. ततः श्वेतेर हयुक्त युक्ते. ततः श्वेतेर हयेर युक्ते. हाँ. ततः श्वेतेर हयेर युक्ते. महति स्यन्दने स्थितौ. माधव पांडवश्चैव. दिव्यो शंखो प्रदद्मतुः. Madhava Pandavaschaiva. Bhagavan Shri Krishna, he blows his shank first on the army of the Pandavas. Okay? Bhishma Pitamaha is the most important warrior in the Kaurava Sena. The most important person in Pandav Sena is Bhagavan Shri Krishna, even though he is not fighting. As soon as Bhagavan Krishna blows his shank, all of the Pandavas, they start to blow their shank, and then all of their other warriors also. Panchajanyam Rishikesho. Devadattam Dhananjaya. The shank of Bhagavan Shri Krishna is called Panchajanya. Panchajanya. Okay? Panchajanyam shank was the same shank that came out of Samudra Manthan. This is the shank that Bhagavan Shri Krishna possesses. Okay? और देवदत्तम धनंजय. अर्जुन के पास कौन सा है? His shank is called Devadatta. Pondram dadmo mahashankham. Bhima karma vrikodaraha. All of the other warriors started to blow their shank as well. Vrikodara, his shank was called Pondra. Okay? Anant Vijayam Raja. Kunti Putro Yudhisthiraha. Yudhishthir's shank is called Ananta Vijay. Okay? ये उनका शंख का नाम है. नकुलः सहदेवश्च सुघोषम मणिपुष्पको. Nakul or Sahadev, their shank was called Sughosh or Manipushpaka. Alright? Kashyascha Parameshvasaha. Shikhandi cha Maharathaha. Drishtadyumno Viratascha. Satya Kischa Parajitaha. Satya Kischa Parajitaha. काशी की राजा और शिखंडी, दृषद्युम्न विराट और सत्यकी, all of them started to blow their shankas. द्रुपदो द्रौपदेयाश्च सर्वशः पृथिवीपते. सौभद्रश्च महाबाहु शंखान दद्मुः पृथक पृथक. Pratak Pratak means alag alag. All of the other kings, including Draupad, including all of the sons of Draupadi or Abhimanyu, all of them blew their shankas. Right? The sons of Pandavas are also fighting in this war. So that's why we say sons of Draupadi. Saghosho Dhartarashtranam Hridayami Vyadarayat. Nabhascha Prithivin Chaiva Tumulo Bhyanunadayan. Sanjay कहते हैं, when they heard the sounds of all of the shank being blown on the Pandava side, all of the soldiers, all of the captains, all of the generals in Kaurava Sena, they all started to feel a little bit scared, because growing up, everybody heard about the greatest warriors, and the greatest warriors were Arjun and Karna for the young boys. Satyaki was also very powerful. Satyaki is on their side. In addition, then you have Bhishma, Drona, or Bhagavan Shri Krishna. These are the greatest warriors. Even though he is not fighting, Bhagavan Krishna is on their side, right? And they don't know, maybe he will decide to fight. They have Arjun and they also have Bhim and they have Satyaki. On Kaurava side, Karna is not there. Karna refused to fight under Bhishma Pitamaha. So he will wait until Bhishma dies to join the battlefield. So right now they only have two great warriors, Bhishma or Dronacharya. So even though they have more soldiers, the soldiers of the Kaurava Sena, they are a little bit worried because they know that the Pandavas are very powerful and Duryodhan tried many times through Chal or Kapat to kill them, get rid of them. Now finally we're here and we're fighting. Right? So in fair combat, the side of Adharma always feels fear. If your driver's license is expired and you drive next to the police station, how do you feel? But if everything is in order, then no problem, right? Okay, so we'll stop here and I'll ask Pitaji to conclude the class. So we're stopping at verse number 19. Okay. Bolo Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki Jai.
Namaste everyone, Jai Shri Krishna. I hope the Gita is powering you up. Huh? When you came to Canada, many of you came to Canada, right? Some of you are born here, but when you landed in this country and you saw the way the roads are, how things are different, you felt that's like go back to India. Did that feeling ever come across you? Because you're looking for that which is easy. You're accustomed to being in a different environment. When you face the reality, everything looks different. Let's say a good job opportunity comes up in Alberta or Saskatchewan or Fort McMurray, right? And you have to move there. You have no one there except you going to this job. And when you touch down there, because you're accustomed being in Ontario where lots of Indians are, the whole situation is different. So hearing one thing and then seeing it is two different things. And sometimes when you see in reality, you become scared and you want to quit. Just like the Kauravas were very powerful, but you never expect the Pandavas to assemble. They had a smaller force, but there's a word called Paryaptam, a Paryaptam. Duryodhana described his army as a Paryaptam. Paryaptam.
You know.
He describes Bhim as Vrikodhara, wolf belly. Vrikodhara means the wolf is an animal that eats a lot, but it is slim. There are people who eat a lot and then you get a big, Indian police, how they look? Always have a big tummy. So, having a big tummy sometimes is a sign of indiscipline. Overeating, sitting too much, not being active. So sometimes you see that now Trump is firing all the people in the army who is not looking physically fit, right? So although the army of the Pandavas was small, it was Paryaptam, it was concise, it was precise. So when you're if you're traveling with a taxi driver, he's on the phone all the time. If you're going on a pilgrimage wherever you hire a taxi, they are always, because in India talk is cheap. And we talk and talk and talk and talk, and then they get accident. Every week there's a serious accident in India. It is being transferred to Canada now and to America. You know the last week where the driver from Punjab killed 3 people. Then the government started to implement more rules and stuff. You know that there was an accident in Winnipeg one time where over 17 students were killed. It was caused by an Indian. So this brings backlash on us, you get me? Because of lack of discipline, lack of on these roads you can't be distracted. So in the Mahabharata war is a very precise story. They are up against people who they cannot defeat just like that. They have to have, they have Bhagwan Krishna on their side, but even though having Bhagwan Krishna there, they have to make the efforts. Arjuna was practicing since he was a little child. He used to shoot in the night. So never mind you have God on your side, you got to drive carefully, you get me? You got to follow the rules, you got to see your tires are okay. Now it's going to be winter. You can't just go out like this without checking that you have all these things in the car. You remember some people from Gujarat tried to cross the border and they froze to death, the whole family. So discipline is very, very important. Many times we think because, oh, this Monday, oh, we are godly people, this won't happen, that won't happen. You are not taking enough precautions. The Pandavas did all of this. And having Bhagwan Krishna on your side is a plus. But you also have to make the effort. You get me? So don't say, oh, it's going to happen because I pray every day, because I go to Mandir every day, because I go to all these pilgrimage, everything will happen. That helps, but you have to make the effort. And that is what is lacking in many people when you criticize, our jobs are hard to get, or this is not, I can't make it here, I can't do this. There is happiness right here. Other people come after you're gone and they will transform into something. So always remember discipline. The Pandavas were paryaptam, they were very, very disciplined. I give you an next example. When in 1983, I don't know how many know cricket, but when the Indian team made the finals, Indians were very tiny. This is a scientific study done. People from Bangladesh, from Pakistan, from India. When you live around conditions that are not clean, they always grow up very slim, like very fine and tiny. So most of the people who represented India in the past, they were very, very short. We grow like that. But the same people born in Canada, you see, you grow tall, you grow big, you grow this, right? So when they faced the West Indians in the final, those were very tall people. You ever hear about Joel Garner? They were 7 feet and all of that coming down. But being in the finals, a kind of power took over them. And they made history, right? In the recent World Cup final with the women are also very small. One girl name is Jerima Rodriguez. She's like Madhuri, right? Very tiny. But you see the precision that she plays with and the discipline that she plays with, and she became a superstar. So that is exactly what the Gita teaches us to. You have to help yourself. God helps those who help themselves. You can't just put all the work on Him. And many times we Hindus tend to do that. Oh, I go to Mandir many times, I wake up and do everything, but I don't answer the phone, I go to work, I don't do the work properly, I don't do this properly, and you don't get the promotion, you don't get the pass, and then you tend to blame this one and that. So always understand, Bhagwan looks after us, He takes care of us. There's danger there, He's going to prevent you. But many things are in our own destiny. Many things are in our own hands. And this Gita tells you that the one who lives with discipline, that is why it's called every day, every Hindu should perform Panch Mahayajna. This is compulsory. But it is very simple. You got to begin the day with Dev Yajna. You got to get up, do your prayers, whatever, however short, however you want to do. I used to live in Calgary, and to get to work, I have to reach work at 7 a.m., right? And especially in this winter, so I wake up at 3 o'clock because I have 2 hours of prayers. 2 hours of prayers. And I can't shortchange a lot. I always feel I have to done it, never mind. So 2 hours, finish at 5 or by 6 o'clock, then heat up the car, then drive. So you have to have this energy, Dev Yajna. That's compulsory. After Dev Yajna, Rishi Yajna. Rishi Yajna means this Gita or any one of our scriptures. Take a few moments to hear, to study. Whilst you're driving now, you can do that, right? Rishi Yajna. Then you have Nar Yajna. This is service to society, whatever is your job. Then you have Pitra Yajna. Elder people, you have parents or you have elders, you show some adoration, you have maybe departed, you do some adoration, whatever. And finally, Bhut Yajna, if you have animals and stuff. So these are the 5 disciplinary ways to live our life. And every day, if we perform these Panch Mahayajna, then we have completed our duty for that. And you can do that without causing any, without taking any time from your life or saying that you are too busy. Many things can be done very easily now. So this yajna, this Bhagavad Gita is very, very precise about discipline. Because if the Pandavas were not disciplined, they could not have this victory. And Bhagavan Krishna guiding them, doing all the hard work, called the heavy lifting. He's doing the heavy lifting, but you still have to do your job. And that is how our life has to be. God will do the heavy lifting, but you have to make the effort. I used to be a teacher, right? And then when I married my wife, they had trucks. And from a pandit and a teacher, the morning could drive trucks, right? I thought it was impossible. But that was a skill that will transform my, that's where the Lord wanted. He's not going to give you the lottery. He's going to give you a skill. But everything will come in your hands, and the time and tide comes to everybody, but sometimes you fail to grasp it. So you got to realize this time you have Bhagavan Krishna in your thoughts, and he is going to set your life up, but you have to grasp the opportunity, and you got to make the effort. In winter it's hard to wake up, right? Especially in the morning, right? You got to realize, you got to tell yourself, I have to get up this morning. I have to sing a Hanuman Chalisa. I have to wake up, make food. Don't sleep late. Don't think. The first thing is don't go to bed late. If you avoid doing most of those things, avoid eating the junk. Avoid, and these are causing medical problems, right? And finally, he's talking about the names of all the shank. Important thing in every Hindu home is a shank. The sound of a shell is victory. Whenever you say Jai, that is victory. We are honoring them. Every Hindu should learn to blow the shank or have a shank in your home. Where the shank is there also, Lakshmi comes in that place. So please have you have your Shaligram, some of you may have. You have your Lingam, but a shank is very, very important. Whenever you go to Bharat, or you go anywhere where it's being sold, how many body have one in your home? And do you use it? Very good. So always, Bhagavan Vishnu likes to hear the sound of the shank. And that is why it's so important in the Mahabharata. And every temple you go all over the world, that must be there. So that's all I want to say. But keep up the good work, and if you go to Fort McMurray or your place somewhere else, and an opportunity comes there, you got to make this mind tough. Indians like to wake up and get roti and see their wife in the morning, right? Or their children. But some of the best opportunity comes when you have to be away, when you have to move somewhere to take up this opportunity. Because where we are plenty, the opportunity is limited, because today I don't work, tomorrow somebody takes the work. When you go to some distance, I'm not telling you to move out from here, but I'm just showing you how sometimes your life changes with these opportunities. Bolo Shri Krishna Bhagwan ki jai.